was born to be simple and free. I was born to be a surfer.
They need to put pro surfing, they need to take it out of the ocean. Put it this way, when they first started professional football, it was in a field with rocks. It was terrible. And anybody could play football anywhere. And then they go, you know what? We need to professionalize this. We're going to get an arena, clean it up, make it safe, and make it spot on professional. And we're going to get helmets and face guards, everything. Well, surfing, how can you have a professional surfing contest in an element? It's a surfing contest already, because whoever gets the best wave is the winner. But if you want to make a professional surfing contest and you want to make it transparent, you want to make it fair, then you have to do what football did, or tennis. You know, they don't play on rocky courts with gravel. They've got to, in fact, in Hawaii, the lifeguards now train in a pool. The lifeguards are training in a pool. Professional surfing, every time a guy goes out, not only does he can't make a living, but he has to risk sharks. So you're risking sharks for a career. You know what I mean? You're going to go surf in the Maldives, and now you're risking sharks.
Right.
You're risking coral. To have a contest at Pipeline was a bad idea from the very, very start. Take a guy like Felipe Toledo. He's the best surfer in the world, and he's trained, and he'll show you he's the best surfer in the world. And now these guys go surf Pipeline. They've been surfing Pipeline their whole lives. They don't mind dying. They'll tell you they don't have a pot to pee in, and if they can get that picture, where Felipe Toledo has a pot to pee in, and if he gets an injury at Pipeline is known as a death-defying wave, a killer. People have to, in fact, they say it is the number one killing wave of all surfing. And you're going to have a pro surfing contest there for these pro surfers?
Right.
The guy injures, he's done. The guy dies, he's done. That's not a place for a professional surfing contest. That's ludicrous. They do that to hype it up. But what they're really hyping up is exploiting surfing. They're exploiting the Pipeline. They're not exploiting professional surfing and professional surfers. What they need to do is get a wave pool circuit.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it's safe. And then you can get these guys and you can make your own stars. All Kelly Slater is a made up star.
Right.
You pump him up, you put him in the magazines, Andy Irons was equally as good. Many people will verify what I'm saying. Andy Irons was equally as good, if not better.
Right.
And so you can create new stars in a wave pool. These kids that can do things that nobody can do. And you can have accurate judging, because each guy goes and runs
right
the same
now,
way.
there's going to be people doing thumbs down. People are going to be upset with what you just said.
Certainly.
Yeah. I am on the same page.
They were upset when the leash came out. They were upset when the three fins came out.
Right.
They were upset when GoPro came out. These grumblers are not paying for professional surfers, and they're the same guys who are going to grumble when it comes to their spot. So these same guys who are saying don't put it in a wave pool, well, let's have the surf spot at your spot on the best day of the year and see how you like it.
Right.
And then, it only makes sense that you have to have a place, an environment that's safe and sterile, like a football field, like a basketball court. They're not playing with potholes in a playground with potholes.
And apples for apples, right? Like the waves are similar enough. It's not like
a wave pool will be
wave.
identical.
Right.
And you could train these kids. They will become super surfers and take surfing to the next level that we can never do in that environment out there, because you can't have the same wave over and over and over again, practice that air and do 5 360s in a row, but you could do that in a wave pool because you could keep practicing. And so you can raise the level. These people who are surfing in pools will become super surfers, way better than the people who surf in the ocean, because they can practice that.
They already are.
They get it.
I already see some of the results of that training, and these kids are at a whole nother level.
So the next step for pro surfing is it has to go into pools, whether people like it or not, for pro surfing. Otherwise, it's just regular surfing called pro surfing. But when you put it in pro surfing, you can create your own stars, and they also should get salaries. Rather than contest earnings, you have to make a living off your contest earnings. And
again, that's not like any other sport, pretty much, any major
whoever
sport.
makes it to the pro surfing league that's going to be in this wave pool circuit should actually be paid a salary and with long-term contracts, so that you're going to surf this wave pool for 3 years, unless you get injured, you hit your head on the cement.
I think they just barely got health insurance not too many years ago.
That's not professional.
That's wild.
That's not professional.
Okay, well, I'm definitely much on the same page. I still would hope or wish for some component or part of a tour that has something to do with the ocean, but I think
Let me
by
ask
and
you-
large it should be in a wave pool.
Philip, what is the difference between a professional surfer, and a non-professional surfer if they're both the same ability? What's the difference?
Somebody got free wax and somebody didn't, because that's all. I mean, these days
That's
they
about
borrow
it.
wax. You know what I mean?
And nobody's getting paid.
Right.
You have to make a living either off sponsors
Right.
or off your
Right.
contest earnings,
Right.
but nobody
It's
is really
sponsored.
a legitimate
Yeah.
professional surfer earning a living paid just to surf. You're
Right.
sponsored.
They're
pay you
selling
publicity.
products. They're selling products for a company. Basically, is how they're making most of their money.
Tom Brady didn't make his money from Nike. That was a bonus. Jordan didn't make his money from his Air Jordan from wherever he did. It was a bonus. Pro surfers should actually be paid to be pro surfers
Yeah.
and to focus on pro surfing. Now that's a real pro surfer.
Yeah, I agree.
Born to be simple.